just wait for a second when I'm spinning commercial, and then it's gonna be more than 12 taking you away.
Good, welcome back to the DotaPit League Season number 3 group stages. We're here, Vega Squadron versus Team Secret, our only series of the day. It's a 2-game series. Wouldn't have it any other way, of course. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, or I guess Sunday evening, depending on where you live, but that's all right. We got a great matchup, Team Secret versus Vega Squadron. Of course, Secret, one of the top teams in the world. Vega Squadron, they made it through the qualifiers. They're your qualifier winners. We'll see how they play up here. I believe they are currently 1-1. I might be incorrect about that, but regardless, should still be a good matchup. Secret also sitting at a 1-1 score. Secret have a lot of games coming up, actually. All of their games seem to be scheduled for the future. Looking forward to seeing what we got going on. Again, my name is Mott. Joining me today, as always, our statsman, Mott Pax, our production manager, the handsome Pitmunkle, and of course, Tralf. How the hell are you, man?
I'm doing good. You said beautiful Sunday, and it's really been warming up, man. Like, wait, I guess you live up in the Northeast, though. I hear it's awful up there.
Well, all right,
for
it was
me,
awful last night, dude, but today it's okay. It's okay.
okay.
Today.
Well, for me, over here on the nice West Coast, it's really warming up, so I'm doing good.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm a little bit jealous. That's all right. You have warm weather, warm-ish weather, I guess, up there. But you know, that's all right. All right, Vega Squadron versus Team Secret. Hope everyone's having a good day. Vega Squadron start out with the IO Tiny. Team Secret go for the Bat Rider Bristleback. This is a Group C, or Group B, excuse me, matchup. Both of these teams sitting at 1-1. Looking forward to seeing how they play up. Of course, Secret had that interesting matchup between Hellraisers where I guess you could say the Tinker in that game from Hellraisers after NJ took over and went to work. Secret looking to maybe go 2-0 here, and kind of a surprising start for them as well.
Yeah, I think we were all a little bit surprised if anyone was watching that game. If you haven't, you need to check it out. It was pretty cool. I believe Secret were still in the lead for most of the game, but then the Tinker just snowballed really, really hard. So this game, Wisp Tiny picked up right away. You see this a lot in the first phase because by the time it hits the second phase, it's usually too late to... Your lanes are kind of already dictated by the first 2 overall picks. So like say if you picked some other mid hero that's really strong like SF, or if you already picked a Chen, there's just a ton of factors that go in along with that. So Wisp Tiny is commonly picked up right away, right out of the gate, and that's exactly what Vega did. I believe no one is their mid player. So he'll probably be playing that Tiny. It should be fun. I haven't seen him play this. And Team Secret, they picked up the Bat Rider first overall, and then the Bristleback in response, which is pretty good to the Wisp Tiny combo because you're really, really tanky. I will say if Tiny gets super farmed, though, and starts clearing up stacks, it doesn't really matter in the late game. Tiny with a Wisp behind him is still going to just crush. And I'm also curious to see how they're going to lane this. So is it going to be a Bristleback mid against Wisp Tiny? It could be very effective. He's probably going to get more levels than them because he's going to be a solo hero against 2. And in that regard, he can kind of hold his own in that mid lane. So maybe that's their thought. Because typically you see Bristleback in the off lane, but with the Bat Rider, Zai's probably going to be playing that one.
Yeah, I feel like if Bristleback is put in the mid lane, he has to be careful early on because He has no points of Bristleback at that point, but other than that, he should be fine, I think. Good assists with quill sprays and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, if he can kind of play his cards right, like he shouldn't die. Like level 1, he definitely won't die. Level 2 is like the time he has to be most careful. Level 2 and level 3 for Tiny and Wisp. If he survives that, he will be the same level as the Tiny probably, and higher level than the Wisp. And that's when it becomes a little bit more difficult to kill the Bristleback. So, if you're Vega Squadron, this is assuming, of course, Bristleback is mid. We don't know for sure if he's going to go mid or bottom, but for Vega Squadron, if that's the case, you need to make sure that you really pump up the aggression like levels 2 and 3. Those are going to be your special or your money levels, so to speak.
Hmm. I'm excited to see what they do for Secret. They could also just send another hero mid like we talked about. I mean, you could put a lot of effort into sending the Bristleback mid, but we'll have to wait and see. And for Vega Squadron, they go for the Slardar, the anglerfish-looking thing that has probably the worst model in Dota 2 by a wide margin. He's
at least the worst portrait.
Yeah, man, he just looks so stupid. I'm gonna be honest, but that's all right. He's a good hero. Slithering Crush, good solid ability. Also the amplified damage, which is huge. So they have armor reduction through the weave as well as the amplified damage, which is pretty good. They can also buff themselves up to try and do Roshan early here, which is pretty good, I think, with an IO, Tiny, and even a Slardar. So yeah, and they're on the dire side too. So
Yeah.
we'll see how they handle this.
Yeah, the negative armor is really sick. Like especially when you have a Wisp Tiny on your team. So you throw that Slardar negative 20 armor reduction on to Bristleback without the weave at all. Like that's not even in the picture. You're looking at a very, very squishy Bristleback, even if his back is turned to you, as long as Tiny has a good time. So I'm wondering if Team Secret sees this lineup, and I really think it'd be effective to ward their jungle, because what almost any competent Wisp Tiny duo will do is, the Wisp will just stack a ton, and then regardless of how the mid lane goes, I've seen, in fact, Team Secret, I've seen Arteezy and Zai play when they were on EG, play Wisp Tiny, and they weren't too familiar with it, and they actually lost mid lane. I think they died like 3 or 4 times, but they stacked so much for Arteezy that it didn't matter. He still had a very, very early Aghanim, so I think it'd be very effective for Team Secret in this case to ward up a lot of the jungle level 1 against Vega.
That's like the story of Arteezy and Zai, though. Like, Zai will literally do everything so that Arteezy can, even if he's having a rough laning phase, make him get so much farm in the jungle, literally just stack up all of the camps, regardless of what heroes he's on. And he just goes to work, and Zai literally has to follow Arteezy around. That was when he was supporting him, though. Zai kind of has to do his own thing now. They have to rely on Kuroki and Puppey, which is they're not really bad people to rely on when you think about it for Arteezy. So they'll probably prioritize his farm for whatever hero he's on. But like you talked about, Tiny IO combination, I think warding their jungle is going to be pretty important. They might not, though, and we'll see. They have some really aggressive heroes for Secret. We're talking Bristleback, Bane, even a Witch Doctor and Batrider. This is a very early game oriented lineup in comparison to maybe Vega, who have like a mid to late game oriented lineup with a Tiny IO. So it's a lot of fighting for both of these squads early on.
Yeah, and I really like Bane. He doesn't get enough love in the competitive scene. I think he's not hated by a lot of drafters, but not thought of to be very strong because there's so many different counters and ways to stop his Fiend's Grip. I mean, I could go on and on, but like things like Abaddon, Rubik, there's just any stun in the game will cancel it. But it's one of those issues where it's kind of like an enigma where he's not all about his ultimate, so to speak. Like he has a ton of other great abilities. He's one of the best laning supports in the entire game because his nuke not only heals you but does damage and it's all pure. So it's one of the best nukes from a support in the entire game. Has a good animation. He's very fast. I think he's 310 or 315, one of the two, of his base movement speed. Sleep is very effective. So I think he's got a lot of utility, and he's commonly thought of as just a hero that can only ult, but I think there's other things to him. Also, Enfeebled this game, I would imagine would be quite effective against Tiny.
Yeah, that seems pretty big. Like, the amount of reduction you do to his right click is pretty huge. Even to his Slaughter, honestly. Like, those two heroes in general, I'm pretty sure Enfeeble is the way to go this game, at least early on. You could also send, like, a Bane mid and just Enfeeble the Tiny occasionally. We'll see that probably at, like, level 1 or something, maybe, but...
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we used to see that all the time when Bane was a little bit more popular, when just 1v1 mid, Bane would just come over, Enfeeble once, Enfeeble twice, and then... It's great because it's... like, sometimes you see supports just level 1. Like, say, for instance, you have an SF in mid lane, and your Skywrath wants to come help you and give you a free level 1 lane. So you get all the CS, and you pump up your souls, and then SF is golden. He just takes with that and runs. But with Bane, it's like the same thing, except you don't have to harass. Like you don't have to mess up the creep equilibrium. You can just use your spell and then walk away. You don't even have
Literally
to
hit
attack
your
or
Q
anything.
button and just
Yeah.
make the person so freaking mad. It's like, are you serious? It's the worst thing to lane against. Like, also, if you're like in a lane, a dual lane against a Bane, you're like, I guess we're just not getting any last hits today. It's
Yep.
unfortunate, but at the same time, that's why the hero is picked, I think. Also, I mean, his ult and Brain Sap are good, but...
Or even just a tri lane, you just throw it on the. You don't have to be too aggressive. You just throw it on the guy that's farming, and then he usually misses most of his last hits.
Yeah, it's actually pretty awful. We'll see how it works out for Puppy here. Team Secret, they literally go to Walmart to get the last pick Troll Warlord. Like, I don't know how you get that value pick, but they got it. So, it's pretty solid.
Nice, I like that. Yeah, this is a weird lineup for Team Secret in the sense that they don't. I've never seen S4 play Troll, and I rarely see RTC play Bristleback. I've seen
Yeah.
RTC play Bristleback a lot in like NEL and stuff, like for fun.
Yeah.
But I've never seen him play it, at least me personally, in a real game.
Yeah, you, again, you don't think of this as an RTZ hero. But at the same time, I feel like Bristleback is pretty solid, honestly. Right now, I think he's in a very good spot. Hero is really tough to take down at the later levels, and he can do a lot with farm, honestly. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people, they kind of underestimate how much a Bristleback can do when he has, say, like a Crimson Guard, maybe like a SNY. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of items you can work with here, so it's interesting, man. I like the choice.
Phoenix uses a very, very early Icarus dive. I was like, why are you missing HP? Oh, okay. So use the Icarus dive, trying to get down here as fast as possible to place the ward. S4 is bought very, very quickly, and because he leveled up his Berserker's Rage, he's very quick himself. Boosts up his movement speed to 310, so he's actually going to spot out the Phoenix, despite Phoenix using this. Or is he? We'll see if Phoenix places it.
He gets the ward off.
Yeah, there's a chance he saw a snippet of him.
I think Puppy just pinged him. I'm not sure. I think S4 might have spotted him out. They might know the wards down there, but I don't think... Will they counter? It's the question. Do they have wards on them? Sentries?
They countered it.
Yeah, there it is.
And
all right, good call.
The reason is because, like, why else would he rush down there that fast? Just to, like, scout things out and walk away? No, it's obviously he's going to place a ward. There's no other reason to just rush down there, so nice presence of mind there from Puppy and crew.
So now the Phoenix is going to be a little bit less safe in lane. He'll have to be a little careful. He has Icarus dive, obviously. Pretty long cooldown. Already some aggressive posture for this top rune spot. Arteezy's coming in. Says, hi, no one. We're going to just take this rune from you. Slaughter has to back his way. Tron can't really contest it. So Arteezy going to forego his block to make sure that he gets the bounty rune. Meanwhile, bottom rune is picked up by S4. So Secret getting both bounty runes. Ugh, that's rough.
Yeah, and another Icarus dive from 9posh to try to snipe out the bounty, but just couldn't connect. Nice try, though. I don't think he had really anything to lose unless the gods are really on S4's side and you got some kind of lucky bash while he's Icarus dive. That would be awful, by the way. I would just leave the game if I was
yeah, that's it. I'd call GG at that point. Well, I guess I'm dead. Give away first blood, 10% bash chance. Ice Frog, please. It's just... the gods are against you at that point. So this is actually not an easy lane when you think about it. If Puppy Katama is like, let's say, Nightmare Right, Brain Sap, something like that. I'm pretty sure if you Nightmare him while he's Icarus diving, it stops it. So
yeah, you
that's
just
pretty
have to be
huge.
quick enough.
Yeah. Also, base damage for Bane is like so good. Even without like out anything. No talisman, not even there. 59 base damage. That's what I love about Bane is his base damage is so high in lane. So
yeah, and it was 350 first movement speed, so he's one of the fastest supports in the game too. So just a very, very good lane support in zoning people out. Not to mention Phoenix with having to buy that ring of protection, because without that he's got 0 armor in lane. So yeah, it's gonna be dual lanes here coming out for Secret, which is very smart considering they. Oh, Arteezy taking a lot of damage.
it'd be alright. They just threw an avalanche to harass anyways.
But look at this, Arteezy's level 3. No one is level 1. He's got a decent number of creeps coming his way, but still. This is what I talked about. Arteezy, he should have a pretty decent time here in the mid lane. Has his bottle now. Can pick up the next rune, and that would be huge for him.
He's already... he's feeling himself. He's 92. Kuroki gets the top kill as they get the Witch Doctor. Cass going through. Zai puts some sticky napalm stacks, and Tron not able to help his teammate out. And the first blood coming out from this aggressive dual lane. Tri lane or dual lane top not really working out for Vega. They take down that poor Dazzler. He's going to have to walk all the way back home. He does actually have a TP score. He's not going to use it, though.
Yeah, he wants to save that for maybe a dive bottom or something like that. But
yeah.
This aggressive dual lane's really smart against Wisp combo or Wisp Tinies because you can maybe have the Wisp transfer up top, but It's just not. It's usually not that effective. And wow, the
Oh,
nuke
no
comes out
way.
with long range. Look at that. That's only a level 1 nuke, but it still does so much damage.
I'm pretty sure he was out of the range of that, but it's like the weird cast bug where like you get the animation off before you're out of range and it like completes the animation. It's strange how it works out. I guess Feed's Grip is the only one that does that, but they're gonna jump in. They actually cancel Puppy's Clarity, I think, from 9 Posh, but he was pretty much full mana. Arteezy is running into no one in the mid lane. It is 2 minutes and 40 seconds in. Arteezy's like diving past the tower. He'll take a couple of tower hits, but he already has level 2 Bristleback. It only tickles a bit, and he has 13 last hits. In fact, Secret are leading the way in the top 3 CS of the game. They are off to a hot start.
This is a disaster of a laning phase. Look at this. Arteezy's got 2 more CS than the Wiz, or sorry, than the Tiny. Totally crushing top. They're totally crushing bottom. They're winning every single lane.
This is actually a disaster. This mid lane should be going a lot better, but the Bristleback mid is so good for them right now.
Yeah.
And the IO just got his bottle, I'm pretty sure, not too long ago. And that's really when you have to start being effective with the IO, but it was late. 3.5 minutes for your bottle is not really where you want to be. So already Arteezy is running rampant with his bottle, level 5, 3 points into the Quill Spray. If they run at him and he gets like 2 or 3 Quill Sprays, they're going to die. Top lane, Kuroki's going to get poison touched. And I thought there was going to be action, but no, there's not.
As long as he just keeps the stacks up, like he's got 2 in the Bristleback, that means if they ever go aggressive onto him, then if he procs another one, it starts stacking up even more. He's actually putting more aggression onto this Wiz. He's going to have to tether away. But this is just horrible for them. And this is what I thought. Like, they picked this Bristleback the second after this Tiny was shown. And they even had a Bat Rider, so it was like, we know how effective this could be.
Well, Puppy gets tossed. Avalanche does miss the timing a little bit, but the Ichor Staff is going to go through. The Nightmare keeps him alive for the time being. He does have 6... They can't even kill him, man. They missed that toss-avalanche combo. They couldn't get the kill. Arteezy's coming back in. 9 Posh doesn't have Icarus dive. He's going to get body blocked. He'll die to Arteezy's right-click, and the Quill Sprays will secure it. So what should have been a sure kill, actually, RZ going to get cast up. He doesn't have tether. Arteezy's going to walk in Quill Spray once, and then Kuroki gets the kill with a right-click, who just casually walks in from the top lane. This is more than a disaster. This is a goddamn travesty coming up for Vega at this point.
This might be one of the shortest games in DotaPit this season. I'm just saying. I'm calling it now. Like, what do? Do you go back top to maybe throw the Wisp up top and get a secure Blink Dagger on the Slardar? He's got 9 CS, man. Like, they can't even win that lane anymore because back is just going to go to the jungle.
Oh my god, Arteezy gets Avalanche, takes literally no damage. The toss is going to go through, it doesn't really do anything. Arteezy pox up some illusions. Now the cat's going to come through, and that's going to be onto a tethered target. No one. A couple Quill Sprays from death. In fact, one. It's going to be a double kill for Arteezy. Oh, you might be right about this being a short game, my friend. This is turning into a rough circumstance for Vega.
They just got, like, outlaned totally. It was just much smarter lanes coming out from Secret. They knew exactly what Vega were going to do, and Vega did that, and they didn't switch it up. They didn't try to, you know, do anything different to throw Secret off. Secret got their lanes that they wanted, and Vega can't respond.
Probably their first kill of the game going to Tron. They get the Firefly up for Zai, but then he just pops up the Slithering Crush, a Poison Touch going as well. Nice pickup, but they trade that away for a Tier 1 tower mid. That might have been okay if it was an off-lane tower, but your mid-Tier 1 tower at 5.5 minutes into the game to a solo Bristleback into a dual lane. How does that happen? Hey.
Yeah, and this Phoenix is getting nothing. And even if he does get level 6, Troll is a very, very good hero against him anyway. Oh,
and they're going to find our Zeke. They have Brain Sap. He does get fogged. Braun's going to come in. Gets Slithering on onto 2. Puppy does have Nightmare. He's going to Brain Sap first. Can Nightmare. There's going to be the ultimate coming up from the Troll Warlord. Puppy might fall. Toss is going to go. Shadow Wave. Arteezy in trouble, but they get the Grave off coming through. That'll be onto Tron. They're going to pop up the Maledict. The Cask. It'll be onto pretty much every hero. Kuroki a bit too far in. It looks like he might die. Trying to get a trade
Arteezy
here. Still alive. The Maledict. Arzeek might fall. Does bottle up. Arteezy goes down to a neutral camp in the end. He kills himself to this big camp here. The Hellbear taking him down. And they actually trade away about 3 for 1, or 3 for nothing, although they lose Arteezy for nothing, so.
He bought all of his items, though. I thought he was going to go for some kind of snipe onto the Slardar, who was really, really low, but he didn't have vision of him, so he just bought out, suicided, and then he's going to come back with full everything, and no gold lost, so. Really no harm, no foul here, like, it's totally fine. It would be great if they could stop them from taking the stack and they know that there's a stack there. Also have it warded up there since Puppy. That's why Puppy was there in the first place.
So they could rotate in there pretty early on with RTZ now, and like maybe another hero, and then just like that amount of gold for Tiny, and obviously for the IO is just not going to be there anymore. Also, while that was happening, they rotated all 5 heroes from Vega. S4 was bottom farming, Zai was top farming. So I guess space created for Secret in the end, although they lose a couple of heroes in the process. It's probably worth it.
Yep, and here comes Zai. He's up here with the Firefly. If they can spot out this and kill this stack really, really quickly, it would be massive. It'd be
He knows
so
it's
huge.
there.
They
Gotta
also
find
know
it.
that Zai's there, too, yeah. So he's got to be a little bit full.
He's going to have RTZ to back him up here, so that's a lot of damage
Secret
to deal
needs
with.
more. They need more. Like, yeah, RTC's pretty tanky, but
Not
this is
enough.
every member of Vega, basically.
He'll take a couple of the kills there. RTZ's chasing him down. He wants that last Hailberry.
Nice.
He get two of the creeps, but Ron is going to be spotted out by Kuroki. They're walking around. They're on top of this observer ward. Zai's going to get tossed up. He's in trouble. He tried to TP right in front of that ward. He's going to go down. RTZ now going to get avalanched as well. IO Spirit's going to go through. He's taking a lot of damage. He does get a Quill Sprout, but they take him down 2 for nothing. And just a really kind of questionable set of decision making there from Secret, kind of just keeping in that jungle and staying a little bit too long.
I mean, they're just totally not respecting Vega's numbers. Like, they have more heroes. They have all their heroes in their own jungle. I mean, what do you expect is going to happen? Like I said, they just needed more. Like, they knew they could have taken the stack. They just needed more members to actually be up there. They needed to wait for the Bane, or they just needed to not go. So it was just as simple as that. They were just way too aggressive and didn't respect the numbers.
They had a 5,000 net worth lead. It's dipping down into about the 4,000 area. They're still pretty far ahead, but it's just decisions that they didn't have to make those moves. They could have maybe not gone for that, and they would have been fine. So they're maybe getting a little bit too cocky, a little bit too confident, perhaps. But at the same time, they're still in a very good position in terms of their farm. They're farming well. For Vega, what about this Tiny? He's sitting on Tread's Bracer. He has 34 last hits. That is the highest for Vega at this point. Even the Slaughter sitting at 27. He does have 1,000 gold, though, so he's not too far off a Blink Dagger, I suppose. But still, they have a long way to go here for Vega to get back into this game. And it's going to be tough because Secret can keep putting on the pressure if they want to. Oh, and RTZ, look at the stack he's taking at the Ancients. That is some farm.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's going to be really good. And Zai is very close to his Blink, too. About 300 gold, and they'll have that. Problem, too, is that since they don't have a Blink on Slarder, like, they can't really... It's going to be hard to utilize Relocate aggressively. It's going to have to be Relocate in response to someone else being ganked. So in that case, hopefully Dazzle can get off a very, very clutch Grave, buy enough time for Relocate to come in or something like that. Look at this Phoenix, though, man. He's not even level 5. Offlane, Phoenix is the lowest level in the game. And even if, like I said, even if he does hit 6, like, that Supernova is, first of all, awful at level 1. It only takes 5 attacks. And you have the Troll ulti to help you out with that globally, so...
Battle trains. And also, it's important to note that this was a dual lane he was facing, not a tri-lane, so it's pretty rough. I heard a joke about amnesia. Okay, well,
Go
next.
on.
Yeah, please. Finish. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot how it goes. Oh,
Didn't see that one coming.
See, what makes that joke is the fact that he waited so long. That's what makes it. Ladies and gentlemen, Moppax. Joke man of the century. What would I do without him?
But I feel like I'm going to cringe at my own joke.
Oh, man, listen. That's what we're here for. Promise, it's going to be fine. Go for it.
Okay. Let's see if I can remember this and say it correctly. A polar bear walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, "I'll have a gin and tonic." And the bartender says, "Why the big pause?" And he goes, "I'm a polar bear." Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Son of a bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 joke makers.
You can follow me on Twitter at TralfDota. I stream occasionally, twitch.tv/Tralf. You can find me there. Okay.
I have a story. It's not really a story, actually. Kind of a quick note. I forgot to tell you this the other day. I was playing Dota, and you were playing that five-game series between you guys and Fire. While I was playing, I was playing with this group of 3 or 4 people, and one of the guys is just like, "Do you know you sound like Tralf?" I'm like,
said that to you?
Yeah, he said that to me. I was like talking. He was like, I guess so. I didn't. My name wasn't my name. I was using an AKA in the game, And I'm like, all right, that's cool, I guess. And throughout the entire game, he's just like, I'm going to save you, Trout. All right, let's ult on him, Trout. Let's go. Trout, that was an excellent play. I'm just like, what? I swear to God this happened. There's a record of it, by the way, on my stream somewhere. And I'm just like, all right, that's cool. The guy was pretty funny. And then 90% of the way through the game, he's just like, holy shit, you're Maud, aren't you? Like, what's up, dude? So I just thought, I guess people say we sound familiar. I don't know how true that is. All right.
I don't know. Do you ever listen to yourself, like recordings of yourself? I had to do this a lot in university because
I try not to.
That was my major, was performance, and dude, I hate it. I hate listening to myself.
Yeah,
most people do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people dislike listening to themselves, and I think you have to do it. Like if you're and like you said, if you're in performance or even like doing what we do, like I have to listen to myself because I need to take like the feedback and learn like and take the criticism and okay, what did I do right here? What did I do wrong here? Like it's pretty much practicing, but it's terrible because I feel like I sound like an idiot half the time.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's good stuff. Excellent. But I think a lot of people feel that way though about their voice.
You know who Pavarotti was, right?
Yes.
Famous opera singer. He hated listening to recordings of himself too.
Really?
Yep.
That's just like I guess so. There are some people that are like singers and rappers that'll put their own music on in their car, and I'm like, I guess you're allowed to do that.
That's a little narcissistic.
There's like a joke that Donald Glover makes. It's like I'm allowed to listen to my own music. It's not like I'm like if somebody will like works at Subway and they make a sandwich, you know, they're not allowed to like, you know, it's not like they can't go back home and make a sandwich for themselves when they're done working at Subway. You know, like you're allowed to do that. I don't know how true that is. It does feel narcissistic to me, but I guess that's a good point. But and there's a lot of fail fishes in chat. Chat, what's up? I hope everybody had a good night.
You know, okay, I was for my buddy's bachelor party. We came up to Vancouver when I was living in Seattle, and he wanted to come to Vancouver because his brother was only 19, because he couldn't drink in the States. And I had to tell that joke to some bartender or to some chick, some waitress at some bar or something, because we had like this bucket list of things that we had to do. So like some of the things were awful. Like I had to do that one.
I just imagine you telling that joke, and then what was the waitress's response?
She had no idea what the joke was. By the way, she was.
So she just stood there, stone face, like she like kind of like that nervous giggle to a certain extent.
She just smiled and kind of like shook her head a little bit, like okay, and then like she had no idea what the.
You're just like at that point, you're like, I give up, man. Fuck life, I'm done. Oh man, chat. I hope you guys had a good night last night. I'm a bit hungover, so. Good stuff. Hope everyone else had as fun as I did. As much fun as I did, I should say. I woke up this morning and oh, God. Not a good time. Thanks, man.
I mean, the things you got to talk about when there's pauses like this. At least we keep it fresh and fun, you know?
Yeah. You know why, Pete? You know why you can't trust people that do acupuncture? Why? Why? What packs tell us? They're backstabbers.
Nice.
Oh man, the DotaPit brew, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just gonna get an arsenal of jokes for next time because this is always going to happen. This is why Modpax is smart about this. He knows that this is going to happen. And what better time to, what better time to bring him out than during these long pauses? Did he say, by the way, why he was gone?
He said they were lagging.
Okay.
Don't know DDoS, says Seema the Slayer. There's that.
There's no way this is DDoS. Why would you DDoS the underdog? You bet on the underdog and DDoS the favorite. That's how you do it.
Can they hear you on stream?
Yeah, I just unmuted because I got okay, mad.
It's just like...
it makes no sense. I'm sorry, but if you DDoS, you do it correctly because it does cost a shit ton of money, right?
Yeah.
You hear that, DDoSers? So get your shit together.
Jesus Christ, come on. If you want a DDoS professional tutorial here by Pimp coming soon, you know, probably sponsored by someone. Oh, sorry, I went wrong direction there.
I was gonna be real concerned for a second. I was gonna be like, all right, Pimp's just talking about, like, there's gonna be this really long pause in the VOD or something like that. Just us not talking. Like, it's like I gotta make sure Pimp's talking in stream.
It just so happens I sometimes actually, when I'm talking to you guys, there's been some like in the last game or something, I was like, you know, guys, I can always just unmute and tell the truth, ha ha ha. And I actually unmuted for this, and chat was like, holy shit, wait, there's a guy there? What? It's amazing.
That's the thing, like, we always talked about this, like, illusory person behind the scenes and nobody knows, but, like, this is him, the man, the myth, the legend, Pimwinkle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I mean, I wanted to say, that's why we never miss kills. I missed 2 so far in the game, I'm so sorry.
Tough,
I missed the
man.
first blood. Dude, I'm serious about this. How can Dazzle Slada feed away first blood against Bedrider, what was it, Witch Doctor? I'm sorry, but what the hell?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. It usually doesn't happen, but at the same time,
I got mad.
The nature of Dota 2,
so
I suppose. Don't get angry, dude. Baby rage.
I should stop, you know, thinking and just doing. Makes stuff easy, I heard.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself, man.
Yeah, I know. To Reddit, come on, let's #FirePimp.
Reddit, if you make that post, I'm gonna go crazy. 7 more minutes of pause time, says DotaPit Season 3 admin.
That's a lot of pause time.
Yeah, that's we have a long time.
Thank God we have modpacks in his jokes.
Yeah, man, modpacks, let's step your game up, buddy. We gotta get.
He's chatting. Like... Come on, modpacks, step up.
Yeah, I can see him in chat, man. I've heard this. Please don't finish this joke. I know this joke. It's really not nice. It's very mean. Oh God, here it comes.
There's an Arcana giveaway, Mott.
Oh wait, is there actual an Arcana giveaway, or is that like part of a joke? I feel like it's part of a joke. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I believe so.
That's a good one.
I think you should. You should check out the Gamers Book Steam page. I believe it's on there. I'm 90% sure.
I'll check that.
A lot of also DotaPit, I think on Twitter has a lot of the giveaways as well. You can check that out there. So yeah, a lot of the time, if you're interested in getting giveaways, Gamers Book on their Steam page has a lot of giveaways. Pretty much almost every single day of matches for DotaPit. So check that out. While we're waiting, also, you guys might want to go ahead and think about getting that Twitch Season Pass. Of course, the money goes to the prize pool as well as your casters for High Ground TV. It pays us, helps us out a little bit. Definitely would be worthwhile. $6.99 for a one-time purchase. Get a lot of great emotes, a little bit of a nice little badge next to your name. So there's that. All right. 6 minutes and counting.
This is how lame I am. I'm actually on the Twitter at those lame jokes. Just looking at really lame
Is that an
jokes.
actual Twitter feed?
Yeah, but it's like, I was like, okay, these are going to be so lame that they're funny, but they're actually even one step beyond that. They're actually so lame that they're not funny. So there's like lame jokes, not funny, super lame jokes that they're actually so lame that they're funny, and then super duper lame jokes where they're just not funny at all.
Yeah, you got to find the right one, man. You have to find the lame but funny, like the super lame, and then that makes them funny. Like those are the best jokes because people are just going to be like, that's so dumb, but it's hilarious. Well, we're back in it. We did it, guys. 9 minutes into the game, there is going to be a nightmare into 9 Posh. S4, there's the Fiends grip coming in. 9 Posh is going to fall. That Phoenix not having the best time. He's not even level 5 yet. He was almost there. He almost got a creep to get level 5. Unfortunately, was not able to actually get there, and that's going to be the kill coming out for Warlord. So, nice pickup, and we're back.
Yeah, he's... that hero is just not going to do anything this game at all. He really isn't. And I'm wondering if it's because of just the lane setups and just the nature of how this game has started, or even if it was just a mispick. And by mispick, I mean, oh, here we go, relocate bottom.
They're going to jump in. S4 is going to get caught out. Toss, avalanche combo, easy kill. Good rotation. And Posh GP's in as well to help secure that. Gets him to level 5 with the kill. He's the one that picks up the last hit. Not bad. S4 now stifled in terms of his farm for at least 20 seconds here. So they're actually even in kill total. If only that meant they were even in net worth total, which is not true. There's a 5,000 lead for Secret and a 3,000 experience lead. And now the Blink Dagger comes out for Zai at 10 minutes into the game. Pretty good stuff. And they continue to get farmed, so.
It's okay. I think this is, you know, Blink Dagger's on bat is just fine and dandy, but they have a number of ways to help whoever else is getting lassoed until he gets a fast 4-stab. So if he's not going on the Wisp, he can get stunned from Tiny, he can get stunned from Slardar. If he goes on one of those, they can get tethered up and healed, or healed by Dazzle or Graved. So while the Blink is nice, I think he's really going to have to continue his farm for a fast 4-staff to really yank him away from the rest of the team. So, yeah, they are behind about 5 in net worth, but that relocate actually, I think, is going to boost some confidence for the team at Vega, just knowing that how easy it is to kill some of these heroes, especially if it's not Bristleback.
I have a feeling Secret almost need to tighten up a little bit because I think honestly they should be even further ahead than they are now, but they got it too aggressive.
It was that throw, that semi-throw up. Oh, actually,
they might find somebody. Blink Lasso's going to go on to no one. They have Tether. Can they bring him down the overcharge? Now the cast battle trance is going as well. Death Ward, they'll toss him up and cancel, but no one. He actually gets the return kill, but still Arteezy does pick up that last hit under the Tiny. Should have been a bit better for Secret, but they get the kill regardless. Puppey goes for a Bane Midas because I'm rich or something, but
that's insane.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
That's really insane. He's got 33 CS, actually. It's funny because I was looking at Witch Doctor and I saw a point booster. I'm like, okay, well, he's not buying anything. He's just letting Puppey get everything. Oh my god, Puppey has 33 CS and 25 denies. That's actually really crazy.
You don't see that every day.
Yeah, there's a smoke here. Bottom lane, they're looking for somebody. They find S4 with a relocate. It's an easy, easy kill.
Puppey's nearby, but only he can really Nightmare and maybe even Brain something that'll help out. S4 is going to get pinged out. Maybe they saw Puppey instead. They're going to walk through. They don't see S4. They're going to go for Puppey instead. He's going to get blinked on. Slithering Crusher is going to go. Now the amplified damage. The Shadow Wave. He's going to get his Brain Snap off. No. Relocate comes in. He gets to the Nightmare. That was maybe not the right ability. S4 in trouble. Toss Avalanche is not there. Avalanche on cooldown for 10 seconds. Tosses around, but they're diving deep. They're going in. The Whirling Axes are going to go. He'll try to take down the IO. They relocate back out. TP and Croaky's nearby. Arteezy running in. Tron does have his Blink Dagger. He might be able to get out. He should. They're going to leave Seema behind and just say, oh, you're on your own, buddy.
That was kind of an overextension by the Dazzle. They should have known that Wisp and Tiny were going to get out, so he should have had a
Nine Posh. Nine Posh might get Blink Lassoed on. There it is. Zai walks right forward. I'm not sure why I didn't back up. That was questionable. He does have his Supernova, but Arteezy walks up, gets the double kill. Can't even press his R button. And a couple of return kills, turnaround kills. That Secret just now Arteezy super high up in net worth.
This is a really sloppy game on both sides, honestly. Like, Secret doing that really aggressive play up into the jungle there to take the stack. A good idea, just only had 2 members when they went for it. And then those last 2 deaths were totally avoidable from Vega. Like, maybe the Dazzle wanted to help out because they were being really aggressive and forgot he didn't have a TP, but that last one, Phoenix definitely should have died. They know they're doing Roshan. Arteezy's actually somewhat low on mana. If they can exploit this by running in there, I think they can actually fight this, just because oh, he picked up a haste room, never mind.
Impossible. They're going to use the Icarus dive. They're going to Supernova in the pit. Arteezy's going to try to break it down, and actually the Supernova almost gets the kill on S4, but he's got to be careful. This Roche now too dangerous to go in. Cassie's going to go through. Now the Death Ward onto the cliff. They could maybe try to get the Slithering Crush off, but the Cass, the MVP Cass. Tron is going to get use the Grave on him, and that's actually going to save his life. He's almost dead. He's going to fall to Roche. No, Arteezy gets the double kill with the quill sprays. It's a 2 for 2. Arteezy looking to go back into the pit. Back and forth we go. Zai ready with a blink, but no Lasso has no mana for it either. No one going to try to head into the pit. Arteezy has to go back home. And actually, Vega might sneak this Roche right out from underneath Secret. They should be able to take this. Puppey's going to walk in. No feeds, no mana either. They actually missed the Avalanche. They're going in. Nightmare's about to go. He's going to go down. Zai now trying to go onto Arzeek. He will get the kill. It looks like actually uses the stick charge he earned, but not able to save his life. They're still going back and forth, this Roche. Very important for either team. Who's going to grab it? Firefly about to run out. He's got to make a decision. He has to get to the low ground. He blinks away. Nine-Posh is nearby as well. Zai on the high ground. Now there's the Flame Break going in. They're probably going to take this down. Roche goes to no one. Arteezy too late to the party. Had to regen up in terms of his mana. He'll find Nine-Posh. Nine-Posh, no Supernova. Almost dead. Now the cast bouncing through Seema the Slayer. He's got mana to Grave if necessary. He'll have to use it. Won't be able to. Now the Whirling Axe is going. Tron just blinking out in time. They get the Tiny as well. He gets the Aegis, but now in trouble. Toss under 3, but not going to do enough. There's the battle trance. Craggy exterior going to work. No one is going to fall again, though. And in the end, Secret still somehow come out on top, despite losing out on the Roshan.
Crazy, crazy fight. It's still relatively close to what it was as far as net worth and experience. I actually thought Wisp should have bought back. He had 30 seconds on his death timer, so it was a long time. Could have maybe bought back and just totally buffed up everybody. Used his bottle a couple times.
Puppey.
Here's a relocate Puppey. Jukes it just a little bit. There's a Supernova, though. It's going to hit a little bit of damage over time, and Puppey will die.
You think that's worth it for Nine-Posh to use that ability there?
Yes.
All right.
Because it's not going to do much else anyway.
That's a good point. Level 1, yeah. Level 1 Supernova. Not the best game for Nine-Posh. Yeah, they secured a kill. So.
There was a small chance Bane could have denied himself right there. Very small. It could have been a huge play. I think it was off cooldown. But it was a really good start to that. If they had just kind of initiated and gave the Phoenix a little bit more time with that supernova, like they just rushed him in the rushed him in the Roshan pit while it was channeling it, could have been just a 5-0 wipe. But
yeah.
They were like caught up to some other hero. I don't know. I was watching Phoenix, but relatively even exchange actually overall.
Yeah, but the fights after the Roche pit haven't really gone away Vega besides killing Puppey there. And since then, Arteezy is pretty much, he has his Sanjin Yasha with this last creep. He'll buy it, he'll ferry it out, assuming he's got the highest net worth, almost 10,000 at this point. They have a 7,500 net worth lead, which all things considered, again, this could be a lot worse. But Vega, they're still in this game currently. The Blink Taker for Tron, well, he is going to get lasso. That is the longest range lasso you'll see. The Death Ward's going to go. He's going to get graved up. He might survive the cast of Maledict. He should fall. He's going to get popped up by that Maledict more than likely. He'll follow the Quill Spray. Slithering Crush misses. Arteezy kind of jukes it. 9posh throwing up the Flame Spirits. They're actually chasing after Arteezy. He might be in trouble. He is very tanky. Vanguard S and Y now flying out as well. He might just try to 1v5 this entire team. 1v4. 9posh has to Icarus dive away. Arzeek does have a tether. He might have to use it. He's not going to get it off. Buyback coming in from the slaughter. It's time to leave, says Secret. Time to get the hell out of here. Arteezy is the one in front. Kuroki not too far behind, but he's going to get Slithering Crush. Zai going to walk back in, but I think they're going to leave him alone this time around. Meanwhile, Arzeek at the backside. Battle Trance is going to go. Will they fight this? Arteezy's kind of low, honestly. Slithering Crush does hit Arteezy, not able to juke it. Toss up. Arteezy's low. He's going to fall. Big fight. Big turnaround for Vega. Big buyback as well for the Slaughter. Big everything.
Yeah, the Wisp even bought back. And they're still pursuing Puppey, taking lots of damage. They can't attack it, or their attacks won't hit anymore. There's a stun from Tiny. Easy kill on the Puppey now. So exchange is back and forth. It's a pretty fun game to watch so far.
Crazy.
A little bit sloppy, I'd say, but it's definitely a slugfest, really. And I really like that buyback. I thought that was going to be like a buyback that it could have used earlier, but it still was effective right there.
That actually turned out to be pretty good. I didn't see the IO buying back, but he clearly was there at the end of the fight. I think he relocated in and tethered to somebody on the backside, which was really impressive. I think that really worked out as well. So,
yeah, and Tiny's got his axe and only 700 gold actually with the drums. So he went for the early drums for some extra stats and movement speed, which is the movement speed is good against the Bristleback because typically you just want to kite him out, kill the rest of his team, and then focus him at the end.
And we talked about it. I think. You get to the late game with a Tiny IO combo and also the Slaughter as well. And I don't know if you can stand toe-to-toe. I mean, they have a lot of work to do, obviously, but no one is, like you said, he's going to have his axe here probably after this Ancient Stack. And also, 9posh does get a Midas. So level 11 going to be coming soon. He desperately needs to get some levels, and Midas will help him accomplish that. Arteezy's the most farmed to the game still. S4 is getting kind of close with his Yasha. We'll see if he picks up, say, an SNY, which he actually is very close to getting. He's going to have it after this Centaur Conqueror. And there you go. So again, Secret have this really early game fighting-oriented lineup, whereas if you are able to keep this Tiny alive and have him get some kills, he'll take over this game, I think.
Yeah, I'm a little worrisome of S4 not getting the BKB. Like, the Yasha was fine, the Vlad's is fine, and they're actually looking for someone. They are smoked up.
Oh, lasso. They're going to find no one. They're going to relocate him out, though. Flamebreak
nice.
Cancels it. Beautifully done from Zai. Death Ward comes out. He'll get graved. He should still go down, but maybe not. The Shadow Wave, they can't kill him. Whirling Axes and Arzeek, even despite having that canceled, doesn't matter. They secure him and keep him alive.
Yeah, normally I would say, like, in those situations, you just got to go for the Wisp. And 9 times out of 10, you're always saying to yourself, kill the Wisp, kill the Wisp. If you go on the Tiny, it's just a waste of time. You're going to waste all your spells. You're not going to kill him. I think that was still the right decision by Zai. I think they had a good idea. They canceled the relocate very nicely from Zai. They just have the damage to really get him over the top, and it was a really nice grave coming out from Dazzle, who, by the way, has maxed it, so he doesn't have to necessarily be, very close in the fight to get that grave off because he has the max range, which I think is definitely the right decision this game.
When you think about it, it's pretty gross. They have a lot of abilities to keep up any hero that's tethered. Like, I mean, you have Overcharge, obviously, from the IO. He has Earn. You have the Grave. You have the Shadow Wave. So there's a lot of healing and a lot of sustain for Vega at this point, which is really nice because this game is all about buffing up the Tiny and the Slaughter. Mm-hmm. And they're doing a very good job of it. So Secret, who probably would have a good time if, either one of the IO... Oh, Arteezy? Icarus dive's going to go through the relocate. Arteezy in trouble. He's going to fall here. It looks like the clip coming out. They are going to get low to a couple of cruel sprays, but they're going to keep chasing after Zion Kuroki. It looks like maybe not. Cask is going to go through. The supernova comes in as Puppey going for the huge Fiend's Grip does get the kill onto Tron. Brain Sap into no one, but he's still very tanky. Icarus dive through. The Flame Spirit's off as well. He's going in deep, but no real kills on the back end of it, although Puppey's very low. They did a lot of damage over time there from Vega, and they take out a big target in Arteezy.
Yeah, and going back to the point of the troll, I feel like he's just can't ever really initiate in fights. The damage over time is too much for him to handle. He can't go 1v1 against the Tiny or even the Slardar. Those are very, very good heroes against Troll. He has to get a BKB, and he also has to get a blink. He has to be able to just run in there, catch a support, stun lock him, and then run away afterwards. Like, if he can blink on to, like, say, the Dazzle, kill him instantly, or say even the Wisp, kill them right away, then he's done his job. But he can't do that without either a blink or a BKB, which is a lot of gold. Top lane, Kuroki, he's in trouble. The Avalanche hits. The toss actually goes on the Wisp, but it does get the tether to slow him a little bit. Arteezy TP's up top. I don't know if he gets this kill because you can always just relocate out in 1 second anyway. Nah, it's TP.
Arteezy maybe with a Basher gets that kill, but even then, yeah, they would have relocated. It's a bit optimistic, but he's just going to take over the top lane farm.
Ooh, bottom. They have relocate for bottom now.
Zai may be in trouble. He does have Blink Force, but
they can bait this out. They can bait out a lasso and then relocate. This would be bad for Secret.
Yeah, they are baiting indeed. They're going to use
bad.
Nine Posh. Might go down. He stays alive. Has Supernova. No. On cooldown, but S4 is going to go down. The big bait coming out from Vega. They secure the kill, and they're looking for more. Zai on the run. Does have his Firefly, so Tron ain't able to blink into there and use his Slithering Crush. But again, it was exactly like you called it. They relocate in. They bait up the lasso. Beautifully done. And Vega get the kill.
We'll see how nice Arteezy can carry this, if at all. I mean, I'm really worried. I don't think Troll's going to do anything this game. And this was their last pick. I'm wondering if they just impulsively thought, oh, because I think Phoenix was the last pick for Vega.
Yes.
And they're like, we want to be able to kill the Supernova very quickly. Let's just pick the Troll. Which maybe was impulsive. I don't know, but I fear that Troll won't be able to do anything in this game. Stun does hit Arteezy. He's very, very tanky with his back turn. He does have a little bit of support below him.
Ron's on the run, though. He's got that sprint going. He's a fast dude. He's going to try to go for the Slithering Crush. Might find it. Arteezy does get tossed at the last second of that TP. He's going to fall yet again. It looks like they're in charge coming. The Avalanche secures the kill, and Tron gets the last right click. And also, down bottom, there was a courier in the tree line. Oh, and they actually lose the Dire Courier. Courier trades. Radiant Courier dies. Dire Courier goes down. Dire Courier has a recipe for a Yasha for no one. Radiant Courier was sitting outside of the bottom tier 1 for no apparent reason. Yeah, I clicked on it and I saw it. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to jump in on 9 Posh. They get the kill with the Fiend's Grip. Arteezy says Kappa. Oh, Jesus. Puppey's going to get chased down. He has no usage of that Fiend's Grip. He also has no Brain Step. And Zai gets in, gets the last open to no one. Going to keep him on the high ground, but doesn't do anything. Just kind of making sure that Puppey stays alive. Brain Sap now, Seema and Puppey going toe-to-toe. The weave is up, and now Seema can maybe man fight. Deciding not to. Tiny does get the kill. The tier 1 down bottom, I think. Now, Seema getting chased down. Flame Break. He doesn't have Grave. He does, but he's not going to be able to use it. Yes, he just gets it off. Now the toss Avalanche, and Kuroki getting a bit too aggressive goes down. Diving for whatever reason. He goes to the Tiny, which gives him even more farm.
Yeah, that was pretty silly. And I mean, it was a good idea, but the Grave was clearly going to come out. So, nicely played. This Wisp and Tiny are just all over the map and where they need to be creating pressure. And even when they're not getting kills, they're still pushing out side lanes at the same time. They're going back, pushing, TPing back with their actual TP scrolls. They're just playing the Wisp Tiny phenomenally. They did not play it well in the lane. Obviously, as we talked about, and kind of we're expecting the Bristleback to do quite well in mid. It was a very nice counter pick for that. But they just let this slip away, and I'm actually really scared for Secret. I don't know if they have the punching power. It's funny that I talked about saying this could be one of the fastest games we've seen, but definitely not. It was, and it really was that over-aggression once they went up to the jungle. They're trying to get that stack with just 2 members, and it really has not paid off.
I felt like they've done that like 3 or 4 times now as well, and that is not going to benefit you. That is not going to finish the game off if you can't secure the kill. Zai actually misses that Blink Lasso, and of course it is Tron with the quick trigger fingers, so he'll stay alive. But they might secure Roche for Secret now. Amplified damage is down, but with Battle Trance, with the right click, with Close Press, with Viscous Daisy, if they want to, they probably could take Roche, but they're going to decide against it. They're going to go back to the jungle, which they have this Observer Ward here for the Dire side, so they know exactly the movements of Secret at this point. And now the smoke comes out from Vega. 9 Posh might be a bit of a bait here. Sitting nearby, there is an observer ward here at the Ancients. They'll spot out 9 Posh, but they don't know where anyone else is. From Secret. Meanwhile, Zai gonna get jumped on. Oh, he's the one with the quick trigger figure now. Changing Blink Dagger pleasantries. Pretty nice.
That one I think was a bit more impressive because I actually think the first Slardar blink was not intentional to get out. I think he just was getting the rune and blinking away. So that was like just fortuitous for him. But that one was just very fast reactions from Zai. And he actually has a Yules now, so it's going to increase his movement speed. He's up to 420 Blaze It, which is obviously good for him. Can just pull people back a little bit faster. Maybe he gets a Mask of Madness after a BKB. He definitely needs a BKB, but here we go. Roshan with the Amplify damage now. Negative 15 armor. It's actually not falling as fast as I thought it would.
Still falling pretty quick.
Still falling fast enough.
Flamebreak's gonna go. He's not able to see a Roche kill. It was a close call actually for Zai, but they're gonna try to fight on the back end of this. Arteezy's gonna walk in. Maybe not the best idea.
I don't know.
He's gonna get caught out. The toss. The Supernova's gonna come in as well. S4 jumps in, but he is alone. He doesn't have a BKB. He has a Blink Dagger, but they do get the kill onto the Phoenix. Deathward flying out as well. Tron taking a lot of the damage. Lasso, all of a sudden, Vega are in trouble. Noah tried to TP out. The Nightmare. 9 Pash buys back, but he can't help. Toss is gonna go doing some work. Cleaves taking some heroes down, but S4 is not going to fall. No one going to go down. The Aegis, he'll probably die twice. And suddenly that blink and the usage of the whirling axis from S4 does so much work. Arteezy stacking up the quill sprays. Icarus dive going through. Arteezy's going to get tossed avalanche. He's getting low. Cleave damage, but the Maledict and the Witch Doctor getting the kill. And now 9 Posh might even have a dieback here. The whirling axis, he can't get to the high ground. He'll fall. 5 dead all across the board. They actually lose 7 heroes in the process of that team fight. And Secret obliterate Vega. Not even a hero alive. Nobody is alive for Vega at this point.
Yeah, just trickle effect, man. They just all kind of died one after the other. And if that Phoenix ult had erupted or whatever it is, it was completely the other way around. It was so close. They got a very nice stun from the Slardar, just with like 2 more auto attacks. But this is where that troll pick finally comes into play. That ultimate was really, really effective in getting the extra auto attacks off onto the shell or onto the egg. Had they not got that egg kill, I guarantee Vega would have taken that fight. So it was very, very. It actually looked like. I mean, it was a very one-sided team fight, but it could have been so bad for Secret.
I thought when Arteezy was walking in there, I thought for sure that might have been a mistake, but he sacked the quill spray damage like crazy, and then S4 blinked in, had a beautiful whirling axis, and they just couldn't do any damage really. And that was without the Aghanim Scepter for Kuroki. He has level 2 Ag's ult coming out for the Witch Doctor. Next fight, if they could take it on Secret's terms, this might be a disaster. So they get a set of Raxes as well. 29 minutes in. We were talking about the potential threat from a Tiny. Again, the game's not over, and nobody's better at, taking the base than Vega is with the Tiny IO combo, but still a tough game now for Vega at this point.
Yeah. I mean, they have really strong base pushing too on Secret. Like, Troll is one of the best in the entire game. And like I said, that Blink Dagger is really, really effective, and that's what he picked up. I think BKB is definitely the next choice. If he's feeling a little bit confident, just because they picked up the mid-racks, I think it would still be okay to just go straight for a Scotty, but BKB is still very, very good this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think the BKB, I thought he might have get the BKB instead of the Blink Dagger, but I mean, it shows that the Blink Dagger is actually maybe the better choice in this situation for how much damage he actually did in the team whip that he got going his way. So Arteezy will take down the tier 2 tower top for free. There's the BKB done for the Troll Warlord, which we were talking about. Now we'll probably see something like that Scotty, which we discussed as well. So he's got some time before he gets there. Obviously, he'll push into the mid lane. Not much to push other than a couple of creeps here close to the high ground. Arteezy's pushing up top, trying to force out rotations. His bottom lane is being pushed in by the Slardar, by the Tiny, and the Io. They do have relocate. Tron does have a TP scroll and he'll have to use it. Battle Trance is going to go in S4 on the front lines. Sunray's going to go trying to push the wave back. They already do a lot of damage to this tier 3 tower, and I guess if you're Secret, you could just split the map up and make sure that you don't get relocated on and just take all this farm.
Yeah, they brought him back to the base too, which is really important. So they had no glyph on the side of Vega. They ran away when the Weave came out, which was smart. And they forced the rotation back from Tiny Wisp, which means they're not pressuring outside lanes, they're not farming, they're not really doing anything. So it was a nice move from Secret to just kind of say, hey, let's not let them get in their groove, let's not, have them push a tier 2 tower when we're not getting anything out of it. So they're forcing them back, and it's the right call.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. I guess if you're Vega, you have to really kind of be patient in this game now. And the problem with that is that I think if you're Secret, you just split push and keep the lanes pushed in, and you kind of have to force a big relocate out. And Tiny doesn't even have an Assault Cuirass yet, so taking down towers is not going to be easy for him. He does have the Manta style, which is huge for pushing as well, but it's going to take some time, I think, if you're Vega in this point to really get back into this one. And if you're Secret, just wait for the next Roshan, and I think you go again. So we might be waiting a while before we see any high ground pushes.
You know, the other thing that's great for Troll is, and maybe why they picked it too, is these whirling axes are really good against Tiny. Like the mischance and making him, it really renders him somewhat useless once he has that debuff onto him. Obviously he's attacking so hard, but if he's missing all those attacks, it doesn't matter what your damage is. And so I'm wondering if that's another reasoning. If it's one, just because Troll's a great hero. Two, if it's because it was picked in response to the Phoenix who was picked up last, so the egg is just not very effective, and it hasn't been this entire game. Or three, for that last reason I just said.
I feel like the fact that mischance is so high is just another reason why Troll is an amazing hero.
Yeah, I feel like it needs to be lower, in all honesty.
30% maybe?
Maybe 40%.
Yeah.
60 is just... It's really, really high. I mean, you essentially miss all the time. At least it feels that way.
Yeah, it definitely does. It seems like yeah, that's probably... I think 40% is right around where it should be. I agree with you.
I've never, like, manned up after getting whirling axed and not missed an attack. Like, I've always missed an attack. I'll be like, oh, I got 40% chance, let's do this. Nope.
Like there's a troll on the other team, you have to buy an MKB, and that's what it feels like. That shouldn't have to be the reason, honestly, to buy a MKB. Our Zeke's going to get Nightmare, Fiend's Grip as well, and dead. That's a big pick. They'll grave him. He might be able to tether away. He actually is going to live, it looks like. The cast, they won't die into the base.
Very nice support. This Dazzle's really been on point this game.
Yeah.
Well, the one little mind slip bottom when he kind of went aggressive while they were relocating out. Other than that, he's really been playing very, very well.
Graves have been so annoying for Secret. You could see it. They're like so close to kill, like a sure kill. And it'll just be stopped halfway because of the Grave coming on. They can't really... You don't have an axe, you can't burst through it, so... Kind of tough for Secret this game, but at the same time... They don't have the team fighting potential with, say, like a Witch Doctor ult on the backside. Like, that's the difference. You don't have, like, the lockdown from a Bane, or you don't have the team fight from the Witch Doctor. Although, Weave is very good in its own right, but...
Yeah, I mean, on paper, the Phoenix ult is amazing, but we just have not seen it been able to be effective for a number of reasons. One, he just had an awful laning stage, so he has very little farm. Two, the Troll ulti is very, very strong. And then, that's pretty much it, but that's enough to really stifle his effectiveness with his ulti.
He needs level 3 Supernova, and he's not really close to that.
He needs to also make sure he gets like all his fire spirits off, and he needs to go in relatively late. Oh, relocate aggressively. EKB's
going to go, though, and Zyme might be able to stay alive here. His team actually backs up. They're going to use the Yule Scepter. Thward's going to go through. How much damage will they actually be able to do with this? RZ and Tron taking the heavy amounts of damage here, but they've already... Zai staying alive in the meantime. He's able to blink away, TP out.
Oh, no.
Supernova for free, and Kuroki just walks away. He waltzes out. Meanwhile, bottom lane, S4 going on to RZ. He's going to be able to tether away. Kuroki TP's out just in time. The Slithering Crush was almost there. And a lot of abilities exchanged in kind of a game of footsie, it feels like, with nothing actually happening, so...
Zai's playing really well. Easily the MVP, I would say, here for Secret. Just being able to blink out, creating space, very nice farm, flame breaks when he needs to, last swing when he needs to. It's just been really on point with his Batrider play today.
I'm curious, I feel like Zai, he played the 3 position, the offlane for you guys when you were in Stay Free, right?
Yeah.
He was really good back then. I'm surprised he never played it when he first came into the Dota scene. But now RZ got to get caught out the lasso. The tether is going to be up, and he can't just get out of there. S4 blows him up with Zai, obviously. And another big kill. And the IO's died twice like that in the past couple of minutes. And maybe they try to go high ground now with no buyback up for the IO. So they'll try to force something here. It looks like they're going to find out nobody's going to get Nightmare. They have Fiend's Grip. They will have Grave nearby. S4 blinks up to the high ground. He's going to try to zone out Seema the Slayer. Pops the BKB. Seema has to Grave himself. He has to prioritize surviving. No one's going to try to TP out. Death Ward goes onto Illusion, but does get the kill because of the Aghanim's bounces. And they take 3 down. They're forced to buy out. Tron now Nightmare up as well. Arteezy running at him with Viscous Nails Goo. They're stacking up the stacks. Goo as well as sticking Napalm. Sunray trying to keep him alive, but he falls so damn fast. He does have buyback as well. He might have to use it. Meanwhile, the Tiny has to back away, and Arteezy heads straight towards the bottom tier 3 tower. This might be enough for Secret to take at least a tier 3 instead of Rax, if not more here in this game. forced out. They're going to back away. They don't want to fight any further. It looks like, well, they might try to go again.
They're doing a good job about making sure this Wisp gets pressure before the fight even happens. Here we go, Blink. Was that a blink in from Tiny? It was, yeah.
Arteezy still pretty tanky. He's going to try to go for the Rex, now going for the Supernova instead. Zai's going to bring it down. Arteezy is so low. Meanwhile, the buyback from 9 Posh. The Sunray secures the kill. He buys back to get Arteezy. Diving a bit too deep. They already got the tier 3 tower. Arteezy with no buyback. They relocate the Tiny out. Zai's going to blink away in the end. They're going to TP top with your purple player. That's going to be S4 heading to the top tier 2 tower to make sure he secures farm. They push them back for Vega. They hold the line. Vega stay alive for the time being.
Look at the net worth, man. Like, it was so close for the longest time. Actually, first it was really devastating for Vega, and everyone was farming on secret, and then, you know, some throws happened. And then I was like, okay, yeah, Bristleback's really farmed, but, like, everyone from Vega's pretty decently farmed. But look at this. Outside of the Tiny, every single member of Team Secret's more farmed than every other member of Vega.
The Midas for Puppy, which he got very early, is paying off. This mech is a gem. Midas, obviously, the Blink Dagger. We already talked about the Ags, and of course the Blink Dagger for Kuroki. And at least for Vega, they are going to get Roshan, which is huge because Tiny will not have buyback. Flamebreak's going to go again from Zai. This is the second time he's done that cheeky play. Force? Lasso? Can he get the Aegis? He snatches it! Zai gets the Lasso and the Aegis. He'll lose it, but that is so worth it. And 9 Posh is very low as well. He doesn't have Supernova. The blink out immediately. The Slither Crush not well timed. Zai on the run. Gonna BKB.
No bash,
Maybe
no
there's
bash,
a bash.
no bash.
Tron not gonna get there. Yes, he does. He gets the bash. But look at top one is being pushed in by S4. Zai throws up the rage phase for Max. The E emote is there. They get the courier as well. I believe that's the rating. No, that's the dire courier going down. Where did it die? It had a Mystic Staff. It died at the secret shop. Oh no, they're gonna relocate top lane. Tron getting feeds gripped up. He'll stay alive. Puppy's gonna have to back away. He's gonna fall. S4 TPing out. The bash is not there for Tron. They are not able to get the tier 3 tower, but they are spreading Vegas so very thin at this point of the game.
This game, man. Oh my god. Zai with the plays just everywhere, left and right. And actually, that is just crazy. Actually snatches the Aegis. Still buys some time, blinks out, and yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah, excellent stuff so far. And with that, we're going to send it over to Pimp Local for our first replay of the day. Pimp, what's up, man?
Right, since there was a boatload of fun, let's just have another look. I just want to quickly point out Zai tried to use a smoke, interesting enough, just so he had some sort of space, so he didn't need to drop it. He didn't have the BKB, well, you know, he just doesn't care. Yule's in, jumps in there, Roche died, well, just a few seconds late, and he gets it. Lesser wasn't that part, that on point, but, I mean, who cares? At this point, it's all about denying the Aegis. Yes, the bash later on was very lucky, but in the end, I mean, holy shit, that was crazy. It's just amazing, and that's Zai for you. I mean, yep, that's the guy. Back to you, Mod.
Thanks, Pimp. So far, Vega corralled into their base, and there's the sky that we were talking about for the Troll Warlord. So all of a sudden, S4, who didn't have that big of an impact earlier on, he's starting to put in work, and I think, obviously, more importantly, Arteezy is as well. They are both very tanky. Arteezy finishes up the Satanic, and there is the BKB for Tiny, but how much is that going to do exactly?
BKB for Tiny, well, the BKB on Tiny with Wisp is kind of a double-edged sword. Like, you have your own magic immunity, but you don't get the buffs up from the Wisp Tether, which is the whole reason why you want this combo. So typically you don't see this picked up. This just tells me basically that they're in a really bad spot, right? Like, they absolutely need to make sure that the Tiny lives, even if he's not getting buffed up with extra damage. Here we go, relocate aggressively.
Arteezy's gonna get jumped on, taking a lot of damage. Already used the Satanic, he's on the cliff! He's on the cliff! He's gonna fall, it looks like he should have buyback, I believe. No way, he doesn't have buyback. He's down for 80 seconds, but already the top tier 3 tower is gonna fall. S4, split pushing, ratting it up. Goes to work, gets the tier 3 tower, they have to go back. They have to head home and try to defend. Kuroki in the meantime sitting mid, but...
Okay, what happened there? Was that like a flame break onto an enemy, and then that enemy was who Arteezy got tossed? Yeah,
I think so.
That was weird.
Maybe it was a force F, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I think you're correct in that.
I don't know. That was really weird. It's like, did Zai just flame break him? Wait, no, that can't happen.
This is kind of question what's real at this point. It's like, what's happening?
Well, apparently this game isn't over yet. In fact, if you look at experience, it's dipped down almost over 10k. Net worth is dipped down about 5k actually. It's still 20,000, which is insane. But Vlad's coming up for the Wisp. That's actually a very, very big pickup. And keeping the Tiny alive, extra armor, huge amounts of lifesteal. Like when you're lifestealing, what is it, 15%? 16%? And you're hitting for 400. That's a very, very large amount of lifesteal you're getting every single attack. So
yeah. It almost feels like at this point it really just comes down to fights. I mean, no one could use a lot of items, obviously, but they have the tools to work with here in terms of being able to take down buildings and take fights. S4 is going to back away. Zeke sees him and just turns the corner and says, I don't think so. We're not dealing with that right now. No one's going to head back home. And Secret now, again, you can wait for Roshan. Arteezy is pretty much not 6th slot. He has a lot to work with, though. He's the Satanic, obviously, the Assault Cuirass Vanguard, which could turn into a Crimson Guard still, but not doing so. He's going to take another Ancient stack here. They're going to rotate top. Lasso is going to be up into Tron. Can they find this kill? Haste Rune is up, but there's no follow-up. They're going to Yule Sim. S4's nearby. Whirling Axes are going to hit. S4 not going to go for the kill, though. They decide against it. So Lasso used in an interesting scenario. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't see the beginning of it. I was looking at something else, but he TP's bottom with bots. His lasso's on cooldown for another 35, so just trying to push out these waves. Phoenix did manage to pick up a Shiva's. I don't know if you talked about that, but actually it's going to be really effective by slowing the enemy attack just a little bit to help him maybe get off a Supernova. Him being level 17 as well is huge. I mean, that could be what really turns this fight. In the next fight for Vega. Like, they're starting to get some better team fights despite being down, 20,000 gold.
Yeah.
But they got the items, they got the Vlads, they got BKB cheese. They have cheese on Tiny, which is really, really good, obviously, with Wisp. Maybe even Wisp should take that cheese, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably the better choice. Maybe, I don't know. I have to ask you, though, we talk a lot about the BKBs for the Tiny, but what about Arteezy getting a BKB? It's kind of surprising to me that he doesn't have one at this point. Do you think that might be the next item he goes for?
Maybe. I guess, like, honestly, the most annoying thing for him is, like, getting his attack slowed down by Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, Lasso.
Lasso with the Avalanche actually comes out from no one. They can Fiend's Grip him. They have vision. Puppy's not going for it, though. Instead, he's going to blink, looking for the eye. That's the target they want to go for. The Flame Break. He actually is able to get tethered to the low ground. No, he still has the tether. It's going to cast through. Death Ward going in. Arzeek, the Grave's about to go down. Arzeek is about to fall to the right. Click of Arteezy. Can't get the kill yet. Quill Sprays off cooldown. Finally pops it off. BKB for Zai. Wants to jump in, but no last was available. Immediate buyback for Arzeek. Gets forced out. Arteezy now on the run. Tron, hot pursuit, looking for maybe a blink initiation with a Slithering Crush, ready to go. He's going to find it onto Arteezy. Gets the Amplify off. Now the blink forward. No one gets the Avalanche as well. Yule Scepter up onto the Tiny. Arteezy's still on the run. Gets bashed up in the back of the head. BKB now goes for no one, as well as for Tron. Arteezy in trouble. He will have buyback. Will he have to use it is the question. Zai on the backside, trying to back away. Meanwhile, S4, the rat is real again. Battle Trance goes. TP in from 9 Posh. Not really the target you're looking for. Bashes up, not going to be there. Has to pop the Supernova. S4, his mission accomplished. Is now going to try to run away. He has his Blink Dagger in 1 second. He's going to use it. Goes up to the high ground. They don't chase further. They're a little too far away. And S4 should be able to get out. No, they're going to relocate. Toss from Tron. Long range. They're going to get the kill from downtown. Tron gets the kill. Beautiful toss from no one. Jesus.
The poor man's blink and then relocating forward after he stuns out. That was pretty fun to watch, man. And they get the other kill onto Troll yet again, who still has that Scotty. Not the most effective Phoenix Supernova, but his other stuff was on cooldown. His Ghost Scepter was starting to wear off, and he felt really scared that he was going to die, so I guess it's not the longest cooldown in the world. They're holding this, man. Vega are holding this. And I gotta say, the support play between both the Wisp and the Dazzle, from healing one another over and over, has just really been phenomenal, and keeping them long enough in these team fights to actually turn it. It's just been really, really good play from this Dazzle and this Wisp.
Yeah, I mean, even if the Wisp goes down, they have the Dazzle Grip to work with, and they stay alive a lot longer than they should in a lot of these situations. They also give a lot of room to the Tiny. Blink is looking for a BKB pop because he was going for that lasso, but now the Yules goes instead. He realizes that his team is not here, and Vega is here in force. The blink forward, Avalanche misses from no one. Can't really connect on that, but a good try nonetheless. And because they have this Tiny helping out, no one gets so much room. He's now the highest in net worth in the game by just about 1,000. He has about 6,000 gold on him. They're going to head to Roche. This might be it. Secret are going to walk in. They have the Aghanim to Kuroki, but he's in trouble. He walked right in. They're not going to go for that. Could have been an easy kill. Instead, they turn their attention to Roshan. And Zai's not there to use his, Flame Break to lasso. No Magician Tricks coming out this time for Secret. That's then Aegis coming out to the Tiny. Tron picks up the cheese. Oh, boy.
Jeez, these Roshans are just... That was really weird, by the way. He just kind of walked in, was like, hey, guys, and then walked out. And...
Arteezy, didn't he already have an Assault Cuirass? Or am I insane?
What? Did they buy another one or something?
He bought another one. I'm pretty sure he had one before. That's going to bother me either way. I'm not sure if that was the case. Malt packs or Pimp, do you have any idea? Am I crazy? Who knows? Yeah, unfortunately.
Did he drop it and then...
He might have. I think that could have been a problem. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm insane. Regardless... He's had it for a while, exactly, but he just bought another one, it said, from the side shop, for the secret shop.
Huh.
That's what it said anyway. I guess I'm crazy. Either way.
But yeah, Tiny, he's got a lot of gold. Like, he has his Aegis. I'm wondering if this BKB at bottom lane... Oh, they have a relocate. Here we go.
They're going to use it. S4 has his BKB. He's going to have to use it. Toss is going to go. No bashes from Tron. They don't have a Craggy proc, obviously. Magical's not going to work out anyways. Puppy's going to blink through. Nightmare's going to go. Avalanche toss. Now the BKB for no one. He does have Aegis to work with. Toss back. Puppy in trouble. Manta style. Puppy Max stays alive. There's the last going through. But he has an Aegis. He has another life to work with. They could try to relocate him out. Actually, it's on cooldown. I relocated and get in here, and no one's going to fall again, it looks like. Arteezy's going to right-click him. Puppy not going to Fiend's Grip. They don't need to. Craggy procs at S4. He doesn't give a damn. He's dead for 87 seconds. Does have a buyback, but that is a huge kill. And they're going to find a DD rune. Ice Frog, please. Arteezy's going to grab it quickly.
The second they saw that troll BKB, they should not have pursued. They had no reliable stun. Their only real stun was the chance of Slardar blinking and getting a stun, and even then, I don't think they get the kill. So that was just way too much overextension from Vega. It's going to force out a buyback from Tiny. If Secret even just run away and then try to find a cleaner fight next time, getting that kill on Tiny is potentially the game. So that's a huge force out from Team Secret. They still have the cheese on Slardar, I believe. So he can give that to... Yeah, he actually gives it... No, they have two cheeses now. Okay. There's a smoke here coming out from Vega. Tiny buys a Crystallis. Thought he was going to go for an AC, but no, wants the Crystallis instead. Extra damage, I suppose. S4, if he gets caught out here, this could be big.
They're going to find a blink, but BKBs, no. They missed the Avalanche, just missing it. They'll be on the hunt, but they are not going to chase any further. They see Zai's down bottom. They notice he's in the lane, pushing it out, and that could have been big, but a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Maybe you let the Slardar go first, because it's a little bit harder to react to. Like, sometimes if you hit the Avalanche in a very awkward position, you can actually dodge it, even though the graphic shows that you can hit by it, so it gives you more time to react. So maybe they just let the Slardar initiate, because it's a faster, cleaner initiation, I should say. That's gotta burn a little bit. So that means 5.5 minutes there for the next buyback on Tiny.
Yeah, he's got a while. That's the biggest thing. That's I feel like if you're a Secret, you have to put that to good use, though. You have to maybe push, you have to find the fight, which is something you were talking about. Again, Roshan's down for a long time. They're going to find Zai with a Slithering Crush. He should be okay. Maybe no bashes coming through. Zai looking at a turn, but he has no follow-up. No backup to speak of. And he's making his home with his bottom lane. He'll Firefly, he'll use himself for whatever reason. Stay alive.
Take off the amp damage, I think.
Okay, yeah. No.
Daedalus for Tiny. Yeah, Zai's he's 6 slotted now. He's got 2 lassos, 2 BKBs, 2 forces, 2 everything. In fact, I say you kill Zai first, man. He is the most important thing, and the fact that he's canceling like every single one of these defensive relocates is just really impressive too. It's not just one, it's not just 2. It's like every single one is being canceled.
Flame breaks are on point for the most part.
Flame break, Yules, it's just, whatever he has in his arsenal. Even he can use it twice now too. So.
All right, both of these Raxes are naked, and Secret look like they want to maybe at least put pressure on the bottom lane. Will they continue? We'll have to wait and see. Do they have Glyph for the Dire team? Absolutely. They have no buyback like we mentioned on the Tiny. Buyback status for everyone else, it's just Tron at this point, which is probably the most important. I mean, obviously there's no buyback of the Tiny, so the next one is... Maybe the IO is actually more important than Tron having buyback, but still. They at least only have one buyback here.
There's an Ags up on the Phoenix, man. Have you ever seen this before?
I've seen it once or twice, but it just
pretty funny.
It's hard to get off though. That's the thing. He has to hope he doesn't get bursted down.
Yeah, I've never played. Well, I've never even played Phoenix, but with the Ags, I don't know what the range is to get heroes into your
If
Supernova.
you hover over Supernova, that's the range that you have to
Okay.
get. So yeah.
So they have to be relatively close to you then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they have multiple ways of saving one another. Like, look at this. They have the Dazzle and all his stuff. The Wisp relocate. The Wisp just overcharge and whatnot with the cheese. He can heal anyone up from nothing to full in basically an instant with this cheese. Like, if Vega on paper play their cards right, they could actually do quite nicely in the team fight. It's just a matter of making sure they don't get lassoed and one hero dies from the get-go. And actually that can happen twice, remember, because he's got a refresher.
Yeah.
And then making sure that this Bane doesn't get a good ulti off.
Double lasso, the 2 lassos at once is pretty cool to watch. I'm kind of hoping Zai's able to pull that out, but for Vega's sake, maybe not so much. That won't be fun. Arteezy is sitting on BKB now, so he did end up buying the BKB, so that's pretty big. I'm not sure if we discussed that. It probably was purchased a long time ago. And again, if we had those item timings, in the game, this would be a lot easier for us. Him saying that he'll write a program, let's do it. My bad.
But yeah, BKB is going to help Arteezy run around a little bit easier in the fights. That's a butterfly now for the troll, and he sold. What did he sell? His Vlads. His Vlads.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he's almost 6 slot. He needs to sell his phase and get bots. So
yeah, phase for bots, exactly. I still think Arteezy really needs a basher. It's really good on Bristleback because it makes it so you can't get him as easily anymore. Like these are still fantastic items, but if you just run away from him, focus the troll, kill the bat. I think, like I said, Bat Rider is of the utmost importance as far as killing heroes for Vega. He just does so much for their team.
Bro has a sight, by the way.
Who?
Brokey, the Witch Doctor.
Oh my god.
Some farmed heroes. I think Puppy's also going for one. And oh, there it is. Just kidding. He's got it.
Oh my god.
So 3 scythes? No, 2 scythes. Double lasso. No Abyssal yet. No Basher, which you talked about. Arteezy probably goes for Basher next. Yeah, they're looking solid right now. They just have to get in the base and maybe try to finish this game off. Vega obviously have a lot to work with here, but I don't know if they can stand up to all this.
I'm wondering, and I'm no Phoenix player by any means, so flame me if you want, but I'm wondering if BKB instead of the Ags would have been a little bit smarter now for Phoenix. Obviously, I don't think he expected these 2 hexes coming out this fast from the supports of Secret, like who does, but I think if he's able to freely move around at least until he gets some good Fire Spirits off and an effective Supernova, he could really be the difference maker in these fights. I'm just fearful that he just caught out right here. Puppy with a relatively slow initiation there.
He took his time. They're going to lasso up onto Seam of the Slayer. That's a big target. Phase Group goes. The refresher coming out from Zai has yet to use his second lasso. They don't blow up anybody yet. They relocate out one of the heroes. Now no one getting targeted down. He will not have buyback if he goes down. The grave is up. Is this going to be the fight? Tron jumps in. Arteezy has his BKB. He held on to it for the longest time. No one's going to fall. Now the Death Ward comes out. Tron getting slowed up. Has to eat the cheese, but will still fall in the end. He will have buyback. He's going to have to use it. Arzeek not going to be so lucky. He'll fall down. 9 Posh stays alive as well. Only 2 up for Vega. And I don't know they can hold this up against all 5 of Secret. They're going to barrel down mid. They're going to go for the tier 4 towers. This might as well be it for Vega in this first game.
I don't know why the Phoenix didn't go in and put the Tiny in the egg. Can you not do it when he's BKB'd? That must be why.
I'm not sure. Either way, yeah, it was a little bit slow. Yeah, 9 Posh is going to get caught out, so it doesn't matter either way. Aghanim didn't even use the Supernova. He has it available, so...
Yeah.
EG's called, though. Tiny will buy back, but it's a bit too late. He's too late to the party. Big Cleave actually gets a big crit. Not that it matters. The Ancient blows up shortly thereafter, and our first game is a barn burner. Lots of action. One of the most exciting games I've seen in a while. Team Secret will take the victory narrowly 1-0 here in this first game, and what a game it was, man.
This is why I said BKB on Tiny is a double-edged sword, because even though he cast that BKB and that fight, Wisp was just waiting the whole time for the BKB to go down. He had Tether plus Cheese available. He could have completely healed up Tiny from full, but then he couldn't wait that long because there's too many other things happening. Wisp then got targeted. I think he got slept actually in the middle of that a second time too. But he actually tried to get the tether off at the last second before Tiny died. He had the grave on him. He had no HP. Had he got the tether plus cheese off, it could have been a different fight. Also, Phoenix didn't cast his ulti. I don't know why. But this is why BKB is a double-edged sword when you run the Tisp whiny, the Tiny Wisp, because you cannot use that overcharge to your advantage in crucial times like that. So I would still say very nicely played by Vega. Like, they showed some real talent, some real poise, even being down by such an immense amount early on. Came back with some relatively minor throws from Secret. Could have been major, but they do end up pulling this one out in the end.
We talked about how absolutely trash they got in the laning phase, and to have this kind of game still off the back end of it was pretty impressive to see. And they've played really solid Dota since the qualifiers. Vega might be your up-and-coming team, but they're not done yet. That was just game one. That was just the appetizer. The mid-core is coming soon, guys. Make sure you stick around. Again, this is DotaPit. Check out DotaPit.com for more information. Twitter.com/DotaPit. If you've enjoyed the casting, the production, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. I'm Mott. Of course, make sure you follow our production manager, Pimp Muckle, on Twitter. Trelf for our co-caster, at TrelfDota. Mott Packs for the lame jokes, at Mott Packs. You can check me out at MottDota as well. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back.